This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm joined by Ben Davison in the showers. Didn't think I'd be saying that, Ben. Firstly, congratulations on what was a sensational 12th round stoppage victory for Leigh. As you've probably heard a lot tonight. I know your thoughts and everybody's thoughts on me with Mick Conlan. I hope he makes that full recovery. We've heard he's stable and responding in hospital, which is great to hear. But going into it, just your reaction firstly to what was a terrific victory for Leigh tonight.
Yeah, first and foremost, as you said there, I hope that Mick makes a full recovery. He should be more than proud of himself. It takes two to tango, and that was one amazing fight. I said in the press conference that both guys, every blood, sweat and tear that both guys have given in the build-up in their careers up until this point led to this moment, and that's exactly how they fought.
How did you see the fight, Ben? Just kind of give me, I don't want to take too much time, but a brief breakdown. Start off with that first. Did the game plan go out of the window when you saw him dropped, or?
To a degree, like Leigh started exactly like we drilled round one over and over and over, and he started off exactly as we wanted him to. But Mick was smart in the way he was establishing downstairs. He obviously noticed Leigh was parrying the shot to the body, and then played the attacks off each other really well all night. Downstairs, upstairs. Two downstairs, third one upstairs, then one downstairs, second one upstairs, and kept changing the rhythm of when he was switching it upstairs. So Leigh obviously had a hard time adjusting to that. As much as we screamed at him about it, but yeah. So the first round, started off really well, but then couldn't have ended any worse.
Eddie said in the post-fight interview he felt the match for maybe 4 or 5 rounds after that. Leigh struggled to get his legs back beneath him. Did you see that from your own perspective?
Yeah, to be honest with you, at the end of the first, as I sent him back out, I said, get me the towel, just to make sure. And I thought, if he gets hit with another shot like that, I'd really have to think about calling it. But at the same time, I said to myself, this is his career-defining moment. Like, I have to give him every single possibility, every single chance. And he proved me right.
How difficult of a call is that, Ben? Because you go back just 2 weeks ago, Jordan Gill, when he pulled that out and Dave Caldwell was questioning, was it ever in his mind to throw the towel in? And in your case, admitting it here that you was tempted to yourself, how difficult of a call is it to consider?
Very difficult. I've been there before with Tyson, obviously, in Wilder, in the 12th round there. It's difficult. I think you have to take into consideration where the fighter is at in his career, the magnitude of the fight, and all of these kind of things, and it doesn't get a bigger occasion than this, so I had to give him every possibility.
At what point, Ben, did you feel like tonight the fight started to turn for Leigh?
I feel like he was having good moments doing what we needed him to do, but then there was moments where he would go away from it or wasn't consistent enough with it, or was still getting caught with the same establishing downstairs, switching the attack upstairs, and Mick was... I felt like the rounds were competitive and Leigh was putting in some quality work into the body, which was a big part of what we'd worked on and planned for, but then was getting caught with eye-catching shots in between, or sometimes getting hurt in between. I think they was hurting each other in there, but Leigh admitted that a few body shots got through and hurt him as well. Yeah, I just felt like probably going into the last third of the fight, that all that quality work and an element of inefficiency from Mick in some of his attacks started to take their toll, and Leigh started to get himself back into the fight.
The 11th, when Leigh dropped Mick, did you see that as a legitimate knockdown, or did you think it was a slip? That was a question mark over that?
Yeah, obviously I've only seen it once live in real time, so it's hard for me to say, but I thought at the time it was a knockdown. I saw that their corner complained, but I thought when he come back out, he looked a bit wary, and the shot landed at the same time, so it's hard for me to say. As I say, I've only seen it once in real time.
The 12th, what were your instructions to Leigh heading into that? Did you have to tell him, I think you need to stoppage, or...? I think actually Leigh just said to me that you was telling him if you're not going to stop him, you need to knock him down to be sure.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I basically said to him, I know the type of character that Mick is, bundles are hard, a proper fighter, and he wanted to try and close that show and be sure, especially after the 11th round knockdown, so I knew he was going to come out and let his hands go. So I said to Leigh, be ready when he steps in, time him, punch with him. When you end up in a clinch, walk him back to the ropes, distance opens up, couple of occupiers up top, back downstairs. Next chance you get, switch it upstairs.
Aside from obviously your concern for Mick when that happened, what went through your mind when you saw Leigh pull that off?
Oh, obviously I didn't know the extent, of course, so ecstatic and celebrated. As soon as we realised that there was some trouble there, we stopped celebrating. Leigh was trying to calm the crowd down as well, which 100% was the right thing to do. And you know, look, I've got a lot of respect for any fighter that goes in, especially someone that's shown the character and the things that Mick done in there. And I say just character, but boxing ability as well. You know, phenomenal fighter, and I hope that respect is mutual.
Ben, I'm sure you've seen the comments over social media. I've seen a few people suggest tonight was a big night for yourself. Whether you agree with that or not, just on the back of Josh's fight, did you feel like tonight was a big night for yourself?
To be honest with you, Andy, I don't mean this in a cocky way, and I probably come across like a bit of a dick when I say things like this, but whatever your thoughts are on the Josh Taylor fight, like, how many times do we need to be questioned? I'm not talking about me, but I'm talking about the team that I've got there, you know. Look at the results consistently that we've picked up year after year after year, the titles that we've picked up year after year after year. British title by knockout, European title, first round knockout, the WBA title, the undisputed titles. All, you know, unfortunately I've been the best and the worst about 10 times over. It's just part and parcel of the game. Am I perfect? No, of course not. Of course not. Can always develop and always get better and always learn. But I'm confident in the work that we do.
Ben, just final one. Obviously, aside from going to see Mick and checking on him, how are you guys going to celebrate this victory tonight?
Go back, probably get a bit of food, and hopefully we can try and make some contact with Mick. Maybe even, I mean, I don't know, you know, what the right thing to do is in this scenario. Does Leigh want to go to the hospital and see him? Would they want him to? It's a hard situation to know what's best, but we'll definitely have a look at trying to reach out, make some contact, and bring the two fighters together.
Ben, congratulations on your victory. I don't take it any longer because people keep looking at us. I don't know if Leigh's waiting to have a shower and we're holding him up, but congratulations once again. Thanks for speaking to me in Boxing Social.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.